This is a repeating at you will be reading about states in React, arrays in a state, and Fetch API. Repeating, you will be learning in your self-discovery today about states in React, also updating arrays in the state, and also about Fetch API. If you just joined now, please make sure to follow those links. With the are you guys done with your self-exploration? Anybody would like to share some words? Guys?
Professor, what like what? What we read?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you discover? What did you understand? What did you learn?
We learn a state hook. We learn first method and like remove, add.
So what do you use states for?
To change like to change a state, one state to another.
Yes, so there could be some, you could have a variable. The state is to like you have this variable outside, and this variable you want to change it. Maybe the users select different, make an option selection. So if the users make a selection, they want to store that selection somewhere. Okay, so in order for you to keep those values that the users select, you store it in a variable using useState, right? So in order for you to store that variable, that value in that variable, you will have to use a method that comes in with the variable name. We're going to see some examples of it. But at the same time, what else did you guys learn? What is fetch? What is the Fetch API for?
To get data from a browser?
Yes, yes, like data, right? To receive, you can fetch data either from your backend, REST API, or remotely from other sites out there, other REST APIs out there, other data, right? So a state is like you are storing data. It's like a variable that gets updated. Okay. And now what about arrays in the states? What did you guys learn about that? In the meantime, I'm going to share my screen.
You can add like a item inside a array and remove it using state.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so JSON is also adding best to copy arrays than to mutate, you're saying. All right, guys. So Let's go into our first app. And I would like to tell you about something cool about React. When you are working with the React, you are to create components, React components, okay? And those React components, you can turn them into separate pieces of your site, okay? Maybe you don't like to have to create the headers all the time. Maybe you want to have the header as a component, and you can put it to the so that you don't have to copy and paste the header to all of the leftover pages whenever you change from one page to another. Okay. Also, if you want to have, like, for example, I dedicate one thing to the content, middle content that has nothing to do with the header. Also, you can have another component. So basically, the good thing about this is that you can create multiple components and put them together as you need them, all right? And in order for you to create a component, it's pretty much easy. I will show you how to. And all you will have to do is to just put the names of those components in the structure that you want. Let's take a look at, right now, we don't see any components yet. We're going to go ahead and create a new folder. And this new folder, we're going to call it components. We created a new folder under the source folder, okay? And before I go over into anything, I would like to go first into what is app.js. Look at what you have in the app.js. This is what you are displaying in your code, okay? This is what it's displaying in your app.js, but it's displaying on the content of your code, okay? So let's take a look. Let's run. Yeah, you can think about it like the main, a little bit, not too much, right? Like the main, as you say. Let's go ahead, and I want you to open the terminal, and I want you to run your app. So npm start. Let's wait a little bit because the first time it opens, it takes a little bit of time. And you can create components either in a different file, or you can create components in the same file. Yes. Yes, Mamadou, like the root component. Let me go ahead and wait until this gets opened. 1 second. It takes a little bit of time because it's the first time that I'm opening it today. But once it opens for one time today, you can open it faster. It will open faster. So notice in here, you have this. Edit JS and save it, reload, and it's asking you to learn React. Okay? let's get rid of this logo. We don't need it right now. Let's get rid of this message. We don't need it right now. Let's get rid of the thing that says learn React. We don't need it right now. Okay. And here we have, that was the header, right? If I wanted to, now I can have a different part of it. But before that, let me show you. Give me 1 second. Let me just say hello. 1 second. Hello. So what you're waiting for. By the way, this in here, notice that you have JS, and notice how you can write HTML in there. Okay. So right now we are waiting for the update after I saved this the changes that I made. Wait a little bit until we have this. Let me show you. So basically, right now, because I deleted the logo from here, I have, it says logo is defined but never used in here, where it says import logo. I'm going to remove this import for now because we don't need it. And now it will say compiled successfully. So now you have an empty, but at the same time, you can see that there is the word hello in the bottom. Let me go ahead and make the header a little bit smaller. So how do I make the header a little bit smaller? So basically, all I have to do is to go ahead and go to the app.css. And I want to go, guys, the internet is, I'm losing connection. Give me 1 second. Let me change the internet. All right, guys, we're still here, thankfully, without losing the connection. I just changed it. All right, so we have the app header in here, this as the class. I want the minimum height to be smaller. So I'm going to put in here minimum height to be 20 VH. So now when after I recompile, I save and I can see that the header has been made smaller. Yes, Mamadou?
Oh, that means we can write HTML without a tag in the not in the like.
So can you repeat that question, please, Mamadou?
I say, that mean in React we can use HTML without tag because I see hello here. Hello is HTML, right? Because
So
it's not.
HTML does not require you to have tags. You can, I mean, for the word hello, the content that has nothing to do with the elements does not require you to put tags around them. We put them to give them a nice different format. But for example, in HTML, you can write hello world or anything without having any tags. It's not needed to have the tags, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Even if it does not have, it has nothing to do with React. It's regular HTML. Yeah,
Okay.
you can write your content without any formatting. All right. So again, I updated the minimum height to be 20 VH. Now you can see that the header has turned smaller. But I also would like to show you that I want to create a component, and I don't want to just, I want to create a component right there without creating another file. I will create a component, and I want to just separate this. I don't want to have the header inside there. I want to make it cleaner by creating a separate component for it. Okay. So how do you create a component?
Using props or state.
We make a function, right?
A function, okay, yes, with a function or method, okay. So let's, for example, I will use cons, and I will call this header, and I will make it with capital because I want to treat it as different as not as a. I don't want to treat it as an HTML, but I want to treat it as a how do you
It's
say
up,
this?
right?
I want to treat it as.
Arrow function?
Oh, hold on a second. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I can make a function. You can put a function as you want, but I want to treat it as just like a component and not like a HTML, because you know that the header is already an HTML element. So the one with the H is not an HTML element. Understood? And that's why I want to treat it like that. Okay. So you just do the return. Okay. And you open, and then you put your HTML that you want in there. So you have to have, I do this closing if you want to have multiple things in there. I'm going to just copy in here this HTML. But if you want to just have one element inside there, you don't need to have this tag in here. But here, let me just put some words so you know that this is like hello from the other side. So you know that this is the header, okay? So instead of me putting in here the element itself, I was able to create a component, and this component is the header. But I want to close it right away because I don't want to put anything into the header, and I close it right there. So there, right now, if I reload here, I can see my updated header without me. So I just didn't want it to have this component. I didn't want it to have my how do you say this in here? I didn't want it to have a the HTML element in there. I wanted to just, I'm going to take away the word hello from there. I just wanted to create a component, and I wanted to just put the component name in there. And in that way, I can create as multiple components and make this app function app much cleaner. So just focusing on its part, right? I can put as many components as I need in here. Maybe I want to have the header in there. Any questions so far? Oh, Azani. So you can create a one component
Miss, I have a
within the
question.
same file. Yes,
The header and the slash that is down there is for the components that is up there, right?
yes. I'm calling
Okay.
this component.
It's like a method, right? Kind of thing.
Yes, it's like a method, but not a method. So it's
Yeah.
yes, it's a component, a React component. I will show you how to do more. Ajani, you have a question?
Yeah, could you just go back to the app CS part, I guess, just real quick, because
I
missed
just
some.
changed this.
Oh, no,
I
no, not
just
that. Wasn't that? Okay. Maybe I'm missing something. All right. Yeah, never mind. I'll try to fix one.
Miss, I have a question. What about in Java? Do we learn about the React, or what do I learn them like in college?
in Lehman College?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Can you repeat the
Unless,
question?
I don't know, maybe there is a class for web development and in there,
Yes, yes, you can have a full stack with common flower. He teach that is 464.
Was
oh,
the class? Was the class name?
CMP 464.
CMP 464?
Yes.
Or is
Come with with
okay?
common flower. Not the other teachers with
Oh,
common flower.
oh, okay. Thank you.
okay, I didn't know that. So, you know, there are always some courses that we aren't aware of. Okay, any questions, any other questions? No other questions? What if you don't feel having the header there? You can also have the header somewhere else. So let's talk about it. If you want to create a component, and I'm going to open the folder for component, I will right click on it. I will create one component called layout. And I want to make it as JSX. Okay. And I want to create another component. Right now I have one for navbar. So I will right click on components and then click on navbar. Be careful with this one because navbar is a component that can go ahead, that can be affecting other files. So that's JSX. So every React component, you make them into a JSX. Okay. Also, this in here, if you want to change the name of the app .js, you can change it also as well to app.jsx. But now that you know how to create components, remember that one component you do, you can just go ahead and combine it with other components. So now that you have a component for layout that we are going to still work on, and also a component for navbar, we can also think about the contents of our website. But before I go there, I want to show you something. So for example, before I go there and update the layout and the navbar or anything like that, I want to show you the usage of useState as an example. You know what is sad? There is something. Yes, Mama too. You have a
Professor, what
question?
is the difference between the two like file JX and JXX? Is no different,
Well,
right?
you can either use JS or JSX, but JSX is more allowing you to, JSX is stand for JavaScript and with the extension of XML. But the thing is, the difference is that JSX will also, it will allow for a lot of HTML code that you can write directly into the JavaScript files. So yeah. So
Okay, so
basically you can
I have
write
one
direct
question.
HTML into the JSX. Yes, what was it?
No, just about the header.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a header, it's more of a body. It takes up the entire window. Is there a way I can manipulate that?
Yes, I just show you. Okay, app app.css. Just change this to be 20 instead of 100 VH, make it 20 VH. Understood? Any other questions? Okay, coming back to business, where were we? Okay. So we were to talk about the use state, okay? In JavaScript. Is there any question in the chat? I am unable to see right now.
No.
No questions? Oh, okay, okay. Thank you for letting me know. So, use state, okay? We first have to go ahead and import it. So we import use state from React. So you put import, and then you put use state. You know, you also have use effect and also use ref. We can talk about those later from React. So let's say, for example, we want to use the use state and we want to then initialize it. So for example, maybe we want to have the header to change color, okay? So right now, the color inside the header is, let me just verify, the background color is this one. And that's the color inside the header. So let's say, for example, I want to change the color of the header. How do you do that? First, let's have a button in our header, okay? And how do we do that? We create a button, right? Button. And before I do anything, I will just name and change color. Change color. Okay. So this useState, you can use it to maybe change the themes in your web pages or websites or web applications. Like, for example, the dark theme or the light theme and so on. Okay, but for now, we're just going to change the color of the header. If you feel more risky or more adventurous, you can just change the color, or maybe change all the theme, all the type of color. So you just change the background color. Okay. So let me see how it looks like right here. We have something that says change color. Do you see the bottom in there? So now what you can do is, and I'm going to do it with change color as a bottom, but then later on I will do it with the palette so you guys can see how to do it. I'm going to show you, like, you know, HTML brings a palette and you can, the user will be able to select the colors that they want by choosing the color in the palette. I'm going to show you just in 1 second after I show you using predefined colors in there. So for example, I want to create one variable that is going to be header color. So I'm going to do const, and if I want to have it, the name of the variable first, I'm going to call it header color. And then the name of the function, the name of the function that you're going to be using to change the state. You are going to call it anything you want to call it. You can call it set header color. And then you want to do what is useState. And after that, you would like to either set any default values that you want to put in there. So maybe you want to set the state to this color in there. And then semicolon. But now, with this bottom, what I can do is that I can go ahead and change the color. Okay? But it's not yet done. I'm just changing the color, and I'm going to go ahead and do something for you. 1 second. What is it that I'm doing here? On click. On click. And on click, I'm going to put the value, set, change color. So set color, set header color, and I'm going to provide a value for it. So for example, the color blue. But for now, because I don't have it, maybe not the color blue because you won't be able to see the color. I will put it like that. Right now, maybe not gray. 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and put it inside here. 1 second. I need to put it inside the return. Yeah, I need to give me 1 second. And I want to have this stay here. Okay. Set color is, set header color is not defined. Did I type something in a different? Yeah, 1 second. Header color is assigned but never used. Yes, that's good. Now it's time for us to be able to use them. Okay. So how do you change that? How do you change the color that was given to you? Right now, if you want to change the color, You can even put in here, 1 second. I'm going to say you have selected this color, the color grade. I'm going to show you what to do with this one for 1 quick second. You have chosen, I haven't, this is not the code to change the color, but just the code to, I just want to show you how to provide with this some value. You chose header color and look at what happens when it says you chose header color. 1 second in there. This is uncoded. I have an uncoded error. Give me 1 second. So in order for me to check the errors with JavaScript or Node.js, I go to the console and I read the errors in the console. Too many re-renderings. It occurred in header. Too many re-renderings. Opened infinite loop. Give me 1 second and I'm going to take away this for 1 quick second and take away and put it somewhere. So I need to put it here. But give me 1 quick second. There is one re-rendering. There's an infinite loop in here, but it is not needed to have it there. Let me just go ahead and show you something different before that. Emotion. Let's say emotion. Set emotion. I will deal with the colors later. Set emotion. And I'm going to just do in here. Set emotion. And put in there happy. Okay. But the inner is going to say sad. Sad. And then instead, I'm going to put emotion in here. I have the same re-rendering. Re-rendering, give me 1 quick. I don't see why. Is it okay, I see what's the problem is. Give me 1 second. React limits the number of renders to prevent an infinite loop. Oh yeah. Okay. We are going to take away this from here. So we are going to use that in a few seconds. Okay. Right now, in order for us to get rid of the re-rendering, we are going to be using another, we're going to be using another another feature of React, which is called useState. Okay, use effect. Okay, use effect. Okay, and let's say, for example, I have my variable and it says set emotion, and then I have it as empty use state sad, meaning this is the default value. Okay, and now what I want to do is that I want to do the use state, use effect. Okay, choosing this emotion, I would just first put it in here before I go ahead and show you that the emotion in there. I would show you how to use the set emotion in one quick second. I just want to get rid of this, but you see where it says sad in there? You have chose sad, you have shown sad. You can see that you're using this state, okay? But I don't want to just use this state. And before that, I want to have a separate div for a separate value. I'm going to write a P for paragraph because I don't want to have it in the same line. So I have it here. You have chose sad. But what if you want to change this? What if you want to change this emotion? Okay, so now if you want to change the emotion, you can then do the button here. Button. And it should be the same thing. Change mood or emotion. And then unclick. Unclick. You can set the emotion. So you can do set emotion. Set emotion, and in there you can put happy. If I go ahead and don't use this, oh, this is giving me the same error of a rendering. It shouldn't have been giving me this error. It's just screaming at the time when I'm calling the set emotion. I will have to use the use effect.
So
Yes,
it's blank. When it renders, it's blank and it's just a white background.
yes, that's right now because of this. The unclick is happening because of the unclick. Give me 1 second. Let's fix this one. So I'm going to go ahead and pass in one. Let me just pass in one function and then I'm going to call set emotion, and then in there, I'm going to pass in the word happy. All right, so give me 1 second, and there you go. So if I click on choose mood, I can see you chose happy. Let me reload again. You chose sad, and I click on mood, you chose happy. Okay, so basically I needed to pass I needed to pass this set emotion as if I were passing a function. So I needed to create a function in there. So function and then set emotion. So it should be working for you for that one. Okay. So one more thing is that now that you know how to do that without doing the rendering, because you need to provide in there the function that you're creating a function in there. Let's do the color. Any questions so far?
Yes, like all time you create a, a button, you need to call a function, right?
Yes, for the on click. When you're calling the set emotion, you have to call it
A
as a
function.
function.
Yeah, okay.
How do I
Yes.
get it to show the header again?
How do you get it show the header? Just have this code. If not, can you have this code in your code? Make sure that it's
have-
not different as this.
Oh, you need to. I have that, except for like the parentheses and equals.
Yes, you need it. So another, so the use effect. So basically, use effect goes hand by hand. Okay. You could have fixed this by using the use effect. It allows you to perform side effects in your components. Okay. So you can think about you can think about calling a function within another function, and it runs on every render. So you are going to be triggering effects, okay? So use effect. And the good thing about this is that you can save this for when you reload, or you can save that, like for example, if you reload, you can have already the state saved for you without having to worry of losing that value. Okay, so let's take a look. 1 second. Let's take a look of the usage of first, let me show you how to change the color, because we already did the color. Let me just go ahead. Actually, let's do the color, okay? And then I'll show you in the effect. We're going to use effect with the color, okay? So we are going to create another one, and it's just going to be for the colors that we didn't finish up before. And this is going to be make color, or you can call it header color, anything you want to call it. And then you have in here a set header. You know what? I'm putting header color, not head color. Set header color. And then what you can do is, and also I'm going to use the set state. No, it's the use state. And what color is it that it is already normally? Let me just go ahead and go to app CSS, copy this color and post it. And here, where am I? Here, as the default value. Okay. And then the semicolon. I'm going to have another here, and I'm going to change this color to different color.
Yeah, I
First,
don't
I'm
see
going to show you
the,
directly with the.
I have all that code, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not-
You said that you have all the code, but it's not. Let's give me 5 minutes. Give me 1 minute. Let me finish writing this, and then I help you debug. Okay. All right. Deal. Right. Change color. And this, when you have on click, then you have to do all of that. So on click, so first of all, I'm going to set out the style in here, and in the style, I'm going to go ahead and to for the background color. Second, background color. For the background color, I'm going to set it to be, and in here, I will set it to be the name of my header color. So put the name header color. And then when I click on this button change color, I can have on click. And then I can have the lambda function calling my what we call in here, calling my set header color,
So
and I'm going to change it to color gray because I don't have any colors in my mind right now. And then I save. I will use the use effect in a second. First, I would like to, it's gray with the E or with the A. I don't know. Oh, 1 second. I have the background color of, I am just showing you the background color of my button. But before that, if I click, you can see that the button changed color to gray. But what I want to do is not change the color, not change the background of my, I don't want to change the background of my button. What I want to change the background is the background for my the background for,
Your header, right?
yes, the background for the header. Thank you for that. So what we are going to do is that we are going to have a method or a function called handle const, and it's going to be handle, let's say for example, it's going to be called handle color change for header, but it's okay. I'll just put handle color because it's going to be. And then what I'm going to do in here is that I'm going to just create the function and this function here. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open the curly brackets, and I want to first get the element. I will give the header one ID, or I can just actually use this class name. So what I want to do is to get, so I'm going to call this let header, or just full H, because I don't want to do anything that uses any names repetitive. Let's H to B. I can either do document or I can do React document. Okay. If I do get element by class name, and in there I have the class name app header. Okay. And then what I want to do is that also I'm going to do set header color. I'm going to call it inside here for 1 quick second, and then I'm going to use the use effect in there. I'll hold them in there. What I want to do in here is to H, I want to set, I'll just put a style, and I want to, in the style, I want to set the color of the background color to be whatever is inside header color and semicolon. And then instead of me in here calling the instead of me in here calling the instead of me in here calling the set header color, I will call handle color. Okay. And I can put it like this. Background color, 1 second. 1 quick second. In here, one background color. This in here. Let me take away this in here. Okay. And it's not there. What I need to fix, I need to change it here, because now I have to write a JavaScript, and in JavaScript, once quick second, let me remind myself in here. Background color in JavaScript is as just like I had it in there. Style, background color, right? And just rewrite it. I believe that it's just one quick second. Style. That background color. I have written in background color. And I'm going to put in there header color, semicolon, close, save, and in here, change color. Oh, I have another error in there. I'll come back to it. Let me help with the others, debug. Let me actually check something. Oh, yes, it's the style that is not being taken by the React. Okay. All right, so let's think about it. In the meantime, I will fix it in a few minutes. Let me help with the debugging of anything else, like changing the mood or the show or the header. Okay, so who needs help right now?
I just need help with the mood right now since the color doesn't work.
Okay, so what is it that you need help with right now? So go ahead and share your screen.
It doesn't change the color.
Not yet, because I haven't finished reading it, writing it.
Mood.
Okay.
This for happy.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Oh,
And
can you
this
go
is
and show me, can you please go and show me, for the mood? Set emotion, you have the emotion, set emotion, useState sad. And then when you call the, click on change mood, can you please go back to the browser, reload, right click and check the, right click, check the, no, right click on, okay. Go to console, please, go to console, on click. Did you invalid handler property on click? You're missing is the capital letter for that one. So go back to your code and you make on click capital letter. So save. And you see that it got changed in there. Okay, so now for the any other, we're going to fix the background color in a few more minutes. I just want to make sure that everybody is with me with everything else. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that we did not put in a color. For the handle color. It's because it's empty.
No, it has nothing to do with it right now. But the handle color is just one method that is not expecting any arguments right now. Okay. So basically, it's just the names of, it's just for me to access the styling that I'm having a little bit of issues in here. So it's just a little bit of JavaScript. Let's go back to the code in here. Am I sharing the screen right now? Yes, I am. So what I want to do is that I wanted to show you first the use effect, but first I would like to fix this one. So we have in here age gets the background color. So for background color in JavaScript, you can not only do it like this, but you can so the let me think about it. It should be just like I have written it, but it doesn't seem to have it does not seem to be able to do it. Age set let me change this for now and we continue with the color later. I guess we skip it right now because for now I want to make sure that I'm changing it when like the name to be I want to be able to change the name. So I'm going to just go ahead and check what is the value inside header color. Okay, so we're going to check about it. I'm going to check it, and I'm going to go inside here, reload, and open my inspector. Okay, and then when I click color, change color, I have to see the color that I see, and this is the color that I see. And then I click again, and I see that I have the color gray. And again, it's just repeating the color gray. So I can see that I'm still getting the value of gray in there. The first time I just got the default value. And then I was getting the value of gray. If I reload this again, I click on change color. I see the first value at the beginning, and then if I click again on change color, I see that the user state changed. So what if I wanted to use effect? Okay, so I'm going to go into use effect, and that's good. The use effect is good when you have a chain of functions that you want to do one after the other. Let me go ahead and first I'm going to do use effect. Open the parentheses and then open a method, open a function in here. And then what I can do is that I can call this function inside. Let's say, for example, this one. Use effect. And after that, I call this function inside, okay? I can either put it into curly brackets, but since it's only one, since I have only one, I'm going to put it just in curly brackets in here. So you have what is in there, your function, okay? And after your function, you put a comma, and if you put this, it's going to just run the first time, okay, that you called it. But if you don't put this, it's going to run at any other time that it changes. So, oh, 1 second in here, I have a typo. Did I use this in here? Oh. Yes, handle. Okay. And then handle color with this. Okay. So right now I reload and then click on change color of this arrow with this use effect. All this thing I don't see why is that I'm getting so many errors today. Let's not use this and just leave it for later. It might be one typo somewhere, maybe I'm misplacing the curly brackets. But for now, I don't want to worry about this. Let's use the use effect later on, okay? I want to show you that you can also put together other components for the nav bar for the layout. Let's create a nav bar. So far in React, a nav bar, you don't create it the same way that you create it as in your yes.
Okay, can you go for a quick second to the layout just to see something?
Yes, the layout has nothing in there.
No, I mean I meant to say where we were working before. In the JS, right? All the way on top. All the way on top.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you deleted the use effect? You deleted it?
Yes. Yeah. And also right now I don't need to have this in here. We use the empty tags only when you have multiple elements in the component. But since you only have one element in the component, one outer element in the components, you don't need to have the empty tags. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So let me give you a quick break for 7 minutes, and then we continue with today, okay? Tonight, because I want to show you about navbar and I want to show you about layouts. Okay? Let's take a little break of 7 minutes. Okay? 7 minutes break. Okay, we're going to continue and we're going to start by creating a component for navbar. Okay? And then I will show you how to access. Okay, let me just go ahead and charge. Yes. Charge. Wait 1 second, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go to the, for example, right now here, it's fine if we rename this as app.jsx, okay? If you reload, if you go ahead and save this and you go over there, reload, nothing bad is going to happen, all right? Now, let's go about the dash, the
Miss, I have a
go-
quick question.
yes,
When you click change color, why the color doesn't change, or we have
yes,
to?
because there is no code for it yet, right? That's why.
Okay.
So again, let's go ahead and create a nav bar, okay? So for creating the nav bar, we are going to be needing a couple of functions. You're going to be needing a couple of the libraries that you will have to import. So let's go to the nav bar and first import the useState. Yes, Johnny?
Yeah, you changed the app from JS to JSX. That was that the issue, or
No, no, I just changed it. And because allows for XML and there is just more React-like, okay?
okay? So
You
it
can
did you
either have
change-
the JS, but by using the JSX, you have is more React-like, okay?
oh, you said it's more. Is it more React like? So is that what fixed the problem, or was it something
No,
else?
there is, so right now what I did is not to change or fix any problem right now. It's just to change it's just to change I just added the X for JS, but it's not going to change anything. I'm saying it's just going to make it more React-like, okay?
Okay.
So in order for us to create a nav bar, we have to import the useState, okay? From React. Also, we would like to go ahead and import the nav links and the use navigate. So import nav link and use navigate. And from the React router done. If we don't have it installed right now, router done. If we don't have it installed right now, that means that we need to install it. We can go over installing soon. Okay. And then it's time for you to start creating the component. So you create a component from putting in the, you can call it const navbar. And this in here, I just done here, we're going to start writing the code for our components. And at the very end, we're going to export the component so we can actually import it in other files. So you do export and then default and then navbar. And that way we'll be able to, did it put navbar instead of navbar? In a second, please. And that way you will be able to import it in other files. Okay? So you need, if when you are doing it in a separate file, when you are creating a component in a separate file, you need to export it so you can import it in other files, understood? And yes, right now, let's start by checking if you can have, before I do anything, I will put it in here. The navbar, I will put it in the header. And in order for me to import it, right now it has no code in there. Okay. Let's return a value for now. Return. And in there, we are going to write an empty tag for us to write multiple HTML elements. And then we're going to be able to create our first element, which is going to be a nav element. And to give me 1 second, this return should be parentheses instead of a curly brackets in here. Second parentheses. Yeah. And now you can have, for example, something like this, maybe class name, navbar, if you're going to provide any, if you are going to provide a CSS, navbar, and then ready for me to write everything else for the navbar. We are going to do the styling later, okay? So for example, we have in here, we can have it like, sorry, here, we can have div container, div, and call this div a container. So it's going to just be the ID for, and not even the ID, just the class name container. Okay. And now you can have, if you want to have a logo, you can have a logo. If you don't want to have a logo, that's fine. Okay. Then, if you are ready to write down your UL for the links, you put UL, and then you want to put li, and then depending on what do you want to have in there, you will be setting different, you will be setting a different you will be setting different files. So for example, we can have for the home, we are going to have nav link. Nav link, and in there, you are going to put to where is this linking to? Okay. Yes, Mamadou.
What nav link do?
So it creates a link for you and navigates towards that link. Instead of using the anchor brackets, you're going to be using nav links.
Oh, okay, like when you can link a file like that.
Yes, correct. Mhm. So we go ahead and if you, let's say for example, we have a file for, you have other files or that you want to display, you can do so. Right now, I don't have any files to link to, but let's say for example, we have one in here for now. And this is going to be probably, you want to then put, I don't have any files yet ready, but you can set those files yourself. We are going to set it later, okay? With the route. But then therefore, let's say for example, you want to put a route to, I will put in here my home or something like protected or what type of page do you want to have? It depends on you. Okay, what type of app or web app do you want to have? It will depend on you. All right. So let's say we want something for retrieve data. Or retrieve and data. And you see you will have something later on. We go ahead and grab it. And you can set enough bar to there, right? And then you can put on click. You can go ahead and start writing your code for the on-click, and one in the on-click you're going to do navigate. And navigate is what is all actually going to be navigating to the file. So navigate. And you can provide the data, the file itself, navigate. And then navigate. And then you put, what's navigate, lowercase, navigate. It's means I still don't have it installed. Just wait a second and we're going to install the React router DOM. Okay. In there you can put the path. can call it data, anything you want to call it. And then this is so data or anything you want to say in there. So data. All right. And then you're done with the LE, and then you can have another one of these, maybe one for the home. I'm going to just have one LI for the home. I'm just going to call it home or something like that, home base. And then it's going to just go to the /. Yes. So use navigate. So, okay. So for the navigate, thank you for doing that. For the navigate in here, we're going to create a variable const navigate. Navigate, thank you for that, David. We'll put navigate in here. And then this is where we're going to be putting use navigate. Okay. And call it and then you put it like that. And that's how you can use navigate the way that I was writing. Okay. So right now I don't need the states for real right now. useState, I don't need it. Okay. So I just have 2 links in here. And if I try to, and then if I want to put it in, let's say for example, if I want to add it to the home, I'll say you can add it to the home, you can add it to the layout. Okay, so you can add it to the layout, or you can add it to the layout, or you can add it to the app .js. So right now in here, I'm going to show you, or you can add it to the header. If you want to use this nav bar in the header, go to here, okay? Go to header. You have to be able to access the nav bar. And in order for you to be able to access this, you have to import, okay? And in order for you to import from the other file, you do is import navbar, import navbar from components navbar, and then you can go ahead and add it whatever you want to put it. So for example, here, I want to call the navbar that I created. So I put it right there in my oops. Says it's in here that React router DOM is not there yet. So I go and import it. So go here and I do node install or npm install, and it's up to you how you want to call it. Install, or you can put I, and you can paste in npm I React router DOM and let the install for you. Okay, so it's installing the React router DOM because you didn't have it. And now if I try to save it again from here, I try to save it again. I need to create, it says in here that I still haven't completed it, done. I haven't yet set it in here in the index.js. Okay. So we have this index.js and we have this in the app. This, it has to do with the routers. You need to create routers. We're going to go over that in a few seconds. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to have routers and you're going to return routers. Okay, so we're going to go to the app.js. What am I? Yeah. And we're going to import. Okay. Yes, Mamadou. We are going to
Why,
import
why we need to create the routers?
the routes. So you can use the navigate. So you can use the navigates. You need to create a route.
Okay. Like
Mm.
here,
Mhm.
you need to create a router for what?
For my so I need to create the routes in order for me to set the paths for my different files. Okay. So for example, layout of another example would be home. Another example would be creating a path for protected. Right now, the navbar, I created two that is using two things, one home base and one retrieve data. And I need those routes to be existing. And in order for me to be able to create them so they can exist, I need to use the routes in there. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
need to create the routes either here or there. I will create it in here in the app.js X. Okay. Are you ready? Am I recording? Yeah. Okay. So in order for us to create the routes, we're going to do import. Import. And then since I'm going to import multiple things, I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to put it separated by comma. Browse router, routes, and route. All right. So right now, I also want to import the other things that I'm going to be using. For example, I want to import what is layout that I don't have yet completed. I haven't yet completed it, but I want to go ahead and import layout from where? From that components / layout, and then the semicolon at the end. All right. So let's start with creating the routes. We already imported the necessary classes for this. Now let's use them. The necessary components. We have already gotten the necessary components. So we're going to create one function. And I'm going to call this function my routes. Okay, so function my routes. my routes, and I'm going to have a separate from here. 1 second, let me take away the nav bar. And I'm going to do function, my routes, and open the parentheses, and this is, I'm creating a component in here. Okay, and then open the square brackets. And then I'm going to put nav bar in here. Okay. And also now I want to put the routes. I will open and close, and inside there I want to select the different routes. And before that, I want to have the header. So I'm going to do the header component, header. And inside this header, I will put the navbar component. Okay. And now I will start creating the routes for the different files. The first route that I want to do is the one for layout. And this is how it goes. Route. And inside there, I'm going to just not having something inside there, close that. I'm going to put the path. So path, the keyword path for this /, and then the element which I am using is going to be the element for the layout. I don't have it yet ready because I am not even exporting this one, but this is how you do, because I don't have any code yet in the layout, but this is how you do. Okay, I'm not going to import the other things, but because I don't have anything yet, maybe something for the home, the route index. So route index, and then you see actually index element. I'm going to put this element and then curly brackets, and then and here home. If I had a home, but I don't have a home yet, it's going to give me some errors later because I don't have a home file or anything imported in there. I only have the layout imported. So I'm going to just leave it like that. And then once I have some files for those, I'm going to add it because I don't want to get errors in there. Okay, so you're done with these ones, with the routes. This is, I'm going to put a comment in here so you guys can see that we need to add the others. But this you can't do just right there. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make a comment on top of this. Need to add more routes and path. More routes and path. And path. And now I need to go down here into my app, okay? And then you want to do this. You can do it just like this. Browse router. And in there, you can put my routes. And now I'll go to the very end. I need to clean this thing here. Clean this. And go inside here. I would like to clean this. Mhm. Right now I have, right now is, let me just go ahead and read the correct, it's still, right now I have this, 1 second. It shows like empty right now because it's still not, let me just go ahead and it's showing some errors in here for the imports. But that's because I don't have anything for layout yet. So let me go to the layout, okay? And do something in the layout, okay? Because that's something that I have in this layout. So nothing I have in my layout. Let's go and add
Professor,
something. Yes? Tell me.
because you have nav bar, why you not calling that one? Why you not
Because
putting that on the router or the layout?
I want to put it there, just because in the layout, we want to provide the layout for the site. I will show you once we finish that. I don't have any files to put in there yet, and I don't have any files to put, but just for it's just the process that I'm trying to put in here. For example, what is it going to be in the layout? What can I have in the layout? So in the layout, I can have what is called the outlet. Okay. And it could be good for me to, with the outlet, it's good for me to display and so basically we need to have the outlet, and I just want to show you that we can have the navbar. I don't have any pages, so we are going to work on that because we don't have anything yet, but we are going to fill it out. Okay. Nothing to put in there, but we're separating it. I want to have some components to show you, so we need to do it, right? Let's do it, and let's do the layout and write something. Yes. What is the time over there, anyways? And what is the time over there? Okay, we have time.
Can you show us the app again function?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So let's do it. Are we good? Are we good now? We're going to remove this class name app. Okay. And then to work on the outlet. So we're
What
going
did
to
you do for the navigate because it's
layout. Huh?
undefined?
Sorry, what was
For
your
navigate, it's undefined.
navigate? Yes, what we did is that in the navigate that is in navbar, you have to create this function line 4. Okay. And that's how you that's how you
Miss,
yes.
how can you download or how can you download React Rotor dump?
You do this npm install react router. Okay.
I have to put the I too, right?
No, the I is just a shortcut for install. So you either use I or you use install. Okay.
But I don't know why, but it doesn't like upload to my computer somehow.
Oh, what message are you getting? Is there
You
like
said
a
your code, your size file, pad.
can you tell me, is it something about security or not?
Security? No.
What does it say when you try to download it?
It says up to date, 9 packages in a 924 ms
That means that you
found.
downloaded it. That means you downloaded it. Now you can use it.
Oh, okay.
It
Mhm.
says that bar is not defined in the export.
Navbar, make sure that you have exported navbar in here.
In where?
Make sure that you have exported navbar in here in the app. So you do it like this. Import navbar from components. All right, guys. Let's continue. I will not torture you with a lot. Let's just just finalize the layout and this and then we can call it out for the night. Okay, let's finalize the layout. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do import outlet from React run, right? And then export with, if you don't want to, there are different ways to export a function. You can either put export in the front or export it at the very end. So you can export the function and just put export function layout. Like you can export it right away in the front, or you can export it at the very end. You have seen it twice now. And then what you want to do is that you want to return outlet. So before that, we want to do return. And then open this. And I will put semicolon needed to have semicolon because JavaScript does not require to have semicolon. But I put it anyways to separate it. And I put in their outlet. And just post this. And save. Now I have exported the layout. So I'll go back to this one. I save. I go back and you can see it. Back to hello. The hello from the other side. I still don't have, I still haven't come, I still haven't finished up the navbar because the navbar requires to have some other components in there. I don't have any components right now. But this is how it is. We can go ahead and work on the home component, anything, but right now you have this layout, which is like the main one. If I take away this, 1 second. If I go to app.js and I even take away the div app, that wouldn't make any changes right now. Apart from just apart from here that I have this text aligned center. It means that all my texts are appearing in the center. But if I don't care about my text centered, you can just get rid of that div. Okay, I'll set the div somewhere else. I'll set this to something else. So we have this layout, and the layout has the outlet, which is for the main thing, for the main page. Okay. For the navbar, we still don't have anything to show. Okay. I don't have any other components yet ready to show, but we can work on them tomorrow and call it for the night if you guys want. What do you guys think? What is the time right now?
Professor,
Tell me.
did you export like import layout to the app file on?
So layout, yes, I imported. So I go to the app file on the top and I have import layout. You see?
Yes, and you call it to the, oh, okay. I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Professor, I don't see the component outlet. Where is the, maybe I missed the.
So the component outlet in here, it belongs to the React DOM, React router DOM. Okay. So
Okay.
outlet is like the parent route, the parent route. So you're using the layout as the parent of the parent route. Okay, and everything else will have it will be any other components that you put in there, but any changes that you make to the parent route is going to be like what other components will be used, will be also having access to it. We're going to go over that later on a little bit more. Let's call it for the night, or do you guys want to continue for tonight, or you guys want to tomorrow?
Miss,
Yeah.
I chose 2 errors on my code.
Yes.
I don't know
Go
which
ahead.
one is showing to. Could I share my
Yes.
screen for a little bit?
Go ahead. You know, like honest, that's yes. There was something incredible happening today, and yeah, but glass buildings are not good because the birds are hitting the glass and then they oh
Look at what it says, miss.
nav link is not defined. Can you go to the nav bar component, please?
Yes.
Okay. Since so you have it, can you save it?
Yeah, I saved.
It says in here the nav link is not defined in line 1. It's
In
not
line 1,
linked
yes.
with capital L. You have a lowercase L. You should have capital L.
In
for
the import?
No, L in the nav link should be capital L for link.
Like this?
Save.
And 1 euro it says here. We're back complete with 1 year. Let me check if it's good now. Just to be sure. No.
You let me see. Can you can you go back to that one?
We
Can you
have
go
unsaved file, right?
Yeah, I
right
put it.
click on you don't have the thing. No, there's a browser. Go
Yeah,
back.
because that's on the code.
Okay. So can you scroll to the arrow a little bit on the top? Compile with 1 error and in the terminal. It has nothing to do with navlink right now. Terminal. Scroll to the error. But not too much. To the bottom.
Like this?
But not scroll a little bit. There, hold on a second. In app.js, the browser is not exported from router. Go to the import. Go to the app.jsx. App.js success. You have a tab on there. It should be browser router. You have browser.
Oh, browser. Bro.
The E before the S, right?
Like this, right? Browser.
No, you have it wrong. Still. Yeah, that makes sense now. Say it.
Now it's good, right?
Say it.
Webpack. Oh.
Browser.
Is
Same
not
thing.
defined.
Did you save? Because you have
Yeah, I saved it.
browser in line 49.
49. What you say? Oh yeah, over here too.
So fix it. It's not browser. It's supposed to be browser. Router.
Now it has to be good, right? I think
Yeah.
so. But why is it successful here?
It could be a different error now. Can you show the thing over there? Not there, not in the code, but in there. In the
Here?
yeah. What happens when you reload? Hold on in there. It's null useref. Scroll down to the error. I don't know where you're getting this from. To the very bottom. Very bottom.
Yeah, that's the very bottom.
So this error, I don't know where you're getting it from. Go to your browser. I mean, to your code.
And now with my code.
Go to your hold on a second. 1 second. Oh.
Yeah.
To the nav bar. Go back to the app.js x. App.js x.
It's over here.
Scroll up to the top a little bit. Here. 1 second. Scroll down. Scroll down a little bit more. More. So I don't see the error right now, probably. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay because I'll check it out after when having more time. Thank you so much for your help, though. Thank you, miss.
Bye bye. Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
I will let you go early today, just for a few more minutes. Ayani, do you have a question?
I show you what I got on mine just to make, because I got a runtime error on the app. I don't know if there's anything missing that you can see.
Do you want me to share the screen again and you can check?
Yeah, I'll share my screen. Yeah.
I can share it and you can check.
Professor, you will post it on GitHub, right?
I will put it on GitHub, but I haven't put it yet on GitHub.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you, in the bottom, go to the bottom of your app.jsx. Go to the top. It seems that you're not using it. I think you have a, yes, you have a typo. You have browser instead of browser. You have a typo on line 42 and line 44. Browser. You have a typo the way you write browser route there.
Oh, okay.
Instead of browser, you put browser. And now for the mount, right? Can you go to the top? Top. You see, it's my routes, not my route. So go down.
This?
Go down. You don't put my route in line 43. You put my routes. My routes.
Yeah, right. My route. That's not it.
S. You're missing the S.
Oh, my routes. Oh, okay.
Save. I'll go to the node shell.
What happened? Say that again.
Check again. Go to the nodes shell.
Oh,
Node, go to node. Can you run it at the very end? Go to the very end in here. Go to the node shell on the very end and put.
it's at the bottom. I can't go any further. For the PowerShell.
Can you just stop the Node.js, stop the running?
So
No, don't do it like that. Don't delete it. Do the
Control C.
Control C, yeah, and say yes. Run it now from the npm start. And wait, that might be, and then the error might not be something. Okay, so it means that you haven't installed the router, React router DOM. So you have to go ahead and install it. So go to your PowerShell. Do npm space install space React slash no, I mean slash dash router
Router
dash
like,
DOM presenter. Okay, now go back to the node one, the node shell.
sorry, give me 1
Go
second.
to the, okay,
All right, we'll go
to-
to where?
no shell. Okay, now you can go ahead to your browser. Since there is another error, but I think we can fix it tomorrow because the other error that you're having, make sure to, you just need to take a look at the code that I wrote. For now, there
Okay.
is some error. It seems that you're missing some code, I guess.
Which
If you want, you can go back to, no, you don't have to restart it. Okay, I just wanted to,
see.
I just wanted you to go ahead and right click on inspect and you will check the error in the console.
Okay, so it's something that's in here.
That could be in there. Yes, it could be in there, yeah. But not there. No scrolling up to the terminal. And you
To the
won't be
bottom.
able to see it right here.
Something that'd be in the section here. Like
Go
in
to your
the,
layout. Go to the layout. Okay. It could be that you might be missing some code, but I don't, from typing it, you probably not in there. I don't know where, but somewhere. And how can I know it? Because I don't see the errors. If you want to see the error, go to the browser, right click and go to the console. Go to the browser, right click and then go to the console. Right click in the bottom, in the white space. Not in the bottom. Go to the
Right.
browser, right click, inspect. Go to the
This one?
browser. Go
Trying
to
to
the
fit-
browser, internet browser, where the
Oh.
local host is.
Yeah, right here.
Right click in the body of your inspect. Then you click on console.
Okay, see it now.
And
Okay,
there you can see the errors. But right now, it's just the use navigate. You haven't used the use navigate completely. That means that your error is in the nav bar. Go to
wait, say that last part again.
The error that you are having is in the nav bar.
It's in the nav bar. All right,
Mm. 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 Okay. So go back to your code in app.js. Hold on a second. Hold on. Scroll down a little bit. Oh, remove the line 30. Save. Scroll down. Go to your thing.
To the browser?
Yeah. There you can see it. Okay. All right. We continue next time. Okay. Let's
Okay.
continue next time. Let's call it for the night. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Take care, Professor. Everyone.
You're welcome. Take care.